Well, hello. This is me on a weekday, and you guys wonder why I don't film all the time, because this is what I look like when I get home from work and the gym. So, I'm sorry. Sunny's like running around here, running amok. Now Lily's running amok. These lights are probably gonna fall on me any second. But I look like this because this video is kind of an emergency because the Sephora sale is coming. Winter is coming. I'm gonna start with some perfumes. So the first one is something that's new to me, but I've wanted this for so long and I just had to share it in this video. This is the Tom Ford Soleil Blanc perfume. It smells decadent. I have talked about this in my March favorites video. It just smells like summertime in a bottle, but a more expensive version of a summertime fragrance, if that makes sense. So this, I would highly recommend. Tom Ford is expensive, no matter how you slice it, so if you can get a little bit of a discount on it, then I would say go for it. I am one of those people who wears a specific perfume in the spring and summer, and then a different style in the fall and winter. This is my fall and winter perfume. I discovered this last fall and I fell in love. This is the Replica by the Fireplace. Now, if you like a very like smoky, sexy scent, then you'll probably really like this. It smells like burnt marshmallows in the best way possible. If you like the Bath and Body Works Marshmallow Fireside scent, then you'll probably really like this because it smells very similar. And you would think, oh, well, I don't really want to smell like a marshmallow. No, but you do want to smell like an expensive marshmallow. It has a sweet scent to it. It's like sweet and smoky. It's not too masculine with the smokiness because of that sweet scent to it. So I have those two perfumes and I highly recommend those. And then now let's move into hair stuff. So you can't see my hair right now because it's on top of my head and this is 5th day hair. 5th day, so I'm gonna wash it after this. But I do have some products here that I would really like to share with you that I think have really helped out my hair. The first one is this dry shampoo right here. This is the Bumble Pret A Powder Nourishing Dry Shampoo. And I really like this shampoo, this dry shampoo, because it actually helps your hair feel very clean, but it also doesn't overly dry out my hair. I had an IGK unfavorite in my last March favorites video, and I really don't like that one because it literally feels like hairspray when you're spraying it in. This one does not. It feels very clean, but not over drying to the hair. I am a blonde, so I don't have too much of a trouble with a white cast, but I highly recommend this. This one says it's specifically for dry or damaged hair, and so I really recommend the nourishing one. And then I also have this Verb Ghost Oil. This is the Smoothing Moringa Blend Weightless Hair Oil. This is extremely lightweight. I put this in when my hair is damp after I get out of the shower, but then I also put it on dry hair. I'll put it on the ends of my dry hair in between washes. And sorry, I need to get my eyelashes done so bad, so they're like everywhere. And I talked about in my March favorites, I talked about how I prefer clear hair oils, and so if you want to find out more about that, I talk about it in my March favorites video, but I highly recommend this oil. And then also, I have used this curling iron for a really long time. I bought the World Trio when it first came out, and then, I don't know, maybe a couple years later, they came out with the actual curling iron wands. And so this is an interchangeable wand, or sorry, I already had the base, and then I just purchased the wand attachment. But they now have a bunch of different sizes in the regular curling iron. So if you prefer a regular curling iron, you can get the whole thing as just a curling iron, or if you already have the base, then you can get extra attachments. It's really convenient because you don't have like 6 curling irons all scattered around your bathroom, because you just have the wands that go with the base, if that makes sense. But I do think that this is a great curling iron. I don't feel like it overly damages my hair. It heats up really fast. It has even heating throughout, which prevents damage, and I just really like it. Plus it's cute. I mean, like, it's rose gold and white. Who wouldn't love that? I feel like I'm getting sick. This is not good. I'm gonna move on to skincare. I talked about these in my March favorites, so I'm not gonna go too much into detail with these, but these are really great after you wash your face, really making sure that you're getting all all of that makeup off your face and that your face is squeaky clean. It's really good if you suffer from acne breakouts because it has salicylic acid and glycolic acid in it, and my skin does really well with glycolic acid. Like, it responds really well to it, and I do feel like this has helped diminish some of the dark spots on my face. And you get 60 in them. If you want to make them last longer, you can cut them in half. I do that sometimes. And I really, really like them. They have a soft side and then a more textured side. So it's really, really good to kind of like have a chemical exfoliant for your face after you've washed your face. So these are fantastic. And then I also really like this Peter Thomas Roth Pumpkin Enzyme Mask. This is a skin resurfacing mask. So it is gonna have a little bit of tingling once you put it on your face, but don't fret, that tingling will go away. And then once you wash it off with a washcloth, your skin will look so fresh, so renewed. It'll be like fresh skin all over your face. It does have a pumpkin smell, so I love that because I love the smell of pumpkin, but if you don't like that, that might kind of turn you off. It's kind of gritty, and so you can kind of, like when I apply it, I kind of like rub it into my skin a little bit, and then I just let it sit there, and then I'll wash it off with a washcloth. But it really does do a great job of making your skin look really, really radiant. And this has probably helped with my dark spots as well. And then the last skincare product that I totally recommend is this right here. I talked about this probably a year ago, and I've used the Drunk Elephant Glycolic Serum, and I didn't think it was strong enough for my skin. I've used medical grade skincare in the past, and so I just felt like the Drunk Elephant just didn't have enough oomph for me. Like, my skin can handle a lot. I would recommend the Drunk Elephant TLC, is that what it's called? I'll link it down below. I would recommend that glycolic serum if you are new to acids, because in my opinion, it's pretty gentle. If you have tried the Drunk Elephant for a while and you're kind of ready to move on to something maybe a little bit more intense, I would recommend this Kate Somerville Retisphere Micro Peel. It's a retinol glycolic treatment. So it does still have that glycolic in it, but it's kind of mixing the glycolic and the retinol together. And in my opinion, that just kind of gives you the best of both worlds. So I think this is fantastic. And let's see, how much does it have? It's just a 2-in-1 retinol night cream, but I don't remember what the percentages are. All I know is that it has worked for my skin, and again, my skin can take a lot. So this is really fantastic, and I'd say if you are brand new to acids, go with the Drunk Elephant. If you think your skin can handle a little bit more, go with this, and if you think your skin can handle even more than this, then go ahead and go with the medical grade skincare, which wouldn't be sold at Sephora. Okay, brushes and then makeup. I'm trying to talk really fast because I don't want this to take forever. Brushes. Okay, I only have 2 brushes here to show you guys. One of them, they're both Sephora Pro brushes. This is the Pro Angled Brush number 49. If you guys have that cream Chanel bronzer, the Soleil Tan de Chanel, if you have that, this is an excellent brush to use with it. But I also use this for blushes. I use this for like powder bronzer sometimes. This is a really great brush. So I would recommend that. And then I also like this one. This is the Sephora, sorry, I'm really congested. I don't know what's going on. This is the Sephora Pro Featherweight Complexion Brush number 90. I shared this in one of my last videos. I really like this. I use it to bronze, and I also use it for blush sometimes. I'm one of those people where, like, when I already have the brush out, I'll use this for like bronzer, blush, and highlighter. I think that this is a fantastic brush. The Pro collection from Sephora is a great collection because they are very soft and they last a long time. They wash well. They're really good quality brushes. And makeup. I'll start with eyeshadow and then I'll move on to face products. So the first couple things that I have for eyeshadow, you might be surprised by, because Natasha Denona, although I do love the Sunset palette and the Lila palette, is it Lila or Lila? I can't remember. I think it's Lila. Although I do love both of those palettes, I don't get as much wear out of them because the colors are a little bit more out there for me. I like very neutral neutrals. And when I say that, I mean I like to use brown eyeshadows, but I don't like them to be too far on the warm side or too far on the cool side. So I really do like them to be very neutral. And I do think that these two palettes are like perfect shades for me. I also really like the Too Faced Old School Chocolate Bar palette, but this is a great one to kind of splurge on during a sale. This is the Viseart Neutral Mattes. Yes, the packaging is really cheesy, but these eyeshadows are fantastic. It's like, these are your everyday perfect shadows. And another palette that I have fallen in love with over the past year is the Tartelette in Bloom palette. I dropped mine, so it's a little messy, but this is the palette here, and again, just very neutral neutrals. I've used this shade a lot on my lid. All the neutrals I use just in the crease. It's just a fantastic everyday palette. And then more eyeshadows. I gotta roll up my sleeves for this one because I really love these Stila shadows. I know they're probably like old news to most of you guys, but I mean, they're so pretty. And I actually really love the shimmer and glows more than I love the glitter and glow. Is that what they're called? This is a glitter and glow. This is in the shade Kitten Carmine. And then both of these are the shimmer and glow. And so I have Kitten, and then I have Grace. So Kitten is gonna be the middle one, and then Grace is gonna be the one on the outside. Now these ones are smaller, so they came in like a little kit, and I don't know if that kit is still available, but if it is, it's a really great one to pick up. I just think that those are beautiful and totally worth the money. Like, I actually use those a lot. I mean, I don't wear eyeshadow every single day because, I mean, getting up early and work, but I actually do use those. Like, when I wear eyeshadow, I usually have one of those on my lid, especially at night. Now, moving on to the face. I do have two primers, and I can't pick which one I like better because they're both just fantastic. One of them is the Kane & Austin Prime and Protect Mattifying Primer. This is a great one for the daytime because it really smooths out your pores, but it also has a little tint to it, so it kind of evens out your complexion. And then it also has SPF 50. So that one is fantastic. It does help your makeup last longer too. And then this is like my ride or die. The Hourglass primer is just always a win in my book. If you have oily skin, I think that those two primers will make your life so much better. I didn't look at my last year's recommendation, so I hope that this isn't too repetitive, but I purposely didn't look at it because I didn't want to not include something because I had already talked about it. So I just figured, okay, I'm just gonna roll with it, and these are the things that I have been loving and would totally recommend. So foundations, these I know that I've talked about before many times, but I mean, I love them. This is the Naked Skin Weightless Ultra Definition Liquid Makeup. Again, I have oily skin, but I really like the finish of this one. I just think that it is beautiful, and I don't know, it still lasts a really long time on my skin. It does have a more like runny consistency, and I'd say it's medium. And I'd say it's more medium coverage, but it's beautiful nonetheless. And then this is also, oh my God, Sunny, if you like full coverage, you'll really like this one. I think that with a brush, this is just too much. It's too mask-like, but I really like this when it's blended out with a beauty blender. I think it just tones it down a little bit in terms of coverage and makes it look a lot more natural. This one, for some reason, it never like falls into my fine lines or anything like that when I use a beauty blender. But if I were to use a brush to put this on, then it would be like, whoa, scary, just too much, over the top. Really recommend both of these foundations, especially if you have more oily skin like I do. Concealer, I don't have a concealer here because I've just like re-fallen in love with the Tarte Shape Tape, and unfortunately they don't sell that at Sephora. But in order to set the Tarte Shape Tape, this is where it's at. This is the Hourglass Diffused Light Powder. It is light, it is soft, it is airy, and it is the best. So If you don't like to bake and you just want to set that area so it doesn't crease, I highly recommend this powder. It's got like a whitish, yellowish tint to it. So if you have like a deeper complexion than me, then maybe it won't work for you because it might be too white, I don't know. But I do think that this looks beautiful under the skin. If you do have a darker complexion than me, they do have other shades, so maybe one of the other shades would work better for you. But this is just, like, I've gone through so many of these and this is not cheap. So if you can get a discount on it, totally recommend. What is this one even called? Dim Light. So if you have more dry or normal skin especially, and you want something to dust all over your face to kind of set your foundation, but you don't, but you want to look kind of glowy and you don't want to look over powdered, this is just beautiful. You can also use this one as like a really, really, really light highlighter if you just want the softest glow to your cheeks. But I'm oily and I still use this as an all over setting powder sometimes when I want to look really glowy, and I wouldn't even say dewy, I would just say glowy, because there's just something about like when you turn your face, when you have this powder on your face, that just makes you look super radiant. So again, that's Dim Light, and then the other one was Diffused Light. So those are beautiful. And if you are oily, again, the Urban Decay, the Velvetizer. If you want an all over powder to really make your pores look invisible and smooth out your face and just make you look like you have the most perfect skin on earth, then this is your best friend. It is like, you might be able to see, I don't know, like if it's coming, like all the powder will float up because it's just super fine and super lightweight. So again, if you have oily skin and you want to make your pores look invisible, this is the way to do it. I think this was originally intended to be like a mixer to make your foundations more matte, but I don't use it like that. I never have. I always just use it as a setting powder to kind of powder all over the areas that have enlarged pores. So that is beautiful. My dogs just don't want to leave me alone. Like usually this is their time, so they're kind of like, what the heck, Mom, you're neglecting us. A couple lip products here. One of them is a gloss. This is the, and I've talked about these before too. I'm sorry if this is repetitive, you guys, but I'm truly giving you the things that I love. This is the Marc Jacobs Enamored Lip Gloss. This is in the color Skin Deep. It is the color that I'm wearing on my lips right now, so that gloss that you see, I have no other product on my lips. I literally just put this on 5 seconds before I hit record. So this is a beautiful like taupey true nude gloss, and I love this. I love the formula of his lip glosses, but I also love the Bare Minerals Gen Nude lip glosses. So if you can get your hands on a couple of those are fantastic. And then lipsticks, anything from Bite Beauty, any color that's going to fit you is gonna be great. This is in the color Sugarcane. It's basically like a baby pink. Those are usually the colors that look best on me. The last thing that I have is a mascara. If you don't have eyelash extensions like I do, then you need a good mascara. And the Marc Jacobs Velvet Noir Major Volume Mascara is a really great formula. I do love the brush. It kind of reminds me of the Better Than Sex mascara wand, but this formula doesn't flake like the Better Than Sex mascara. So this is a fantastic mascara. If you want to invest in a more high-end mascara, then I really recommend this one. I hope you guys enjoyed this hot mess of a video. Sorry that I didn't get dressed up for you, but it's the weekday, and this is me on the weekday. I hope you guys have fun shopping. Don't feel like, because everybody's talking about what they're gonna buy, don't feel like you need to go crazy. Buy what you need and have a little bit of fun with it, but don't feel pressure to spend all this money that you don't wanna spend, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna buy a few things, but I'm not gonna go nuts. I will share with you guys what I do end up purchasing, and happy shopping. Bye guys.